Altered. Corner. Yeah. I'm gonna get some more light. Make it more direct. Alright. There we go, that's not that bad. Okay. What should we open first? I don't know. Look, you might just wait until. I might wait until someone joins. Honestly. Maybe we're gonna open this one first because it's backwards. All of them are like facing this way except for this one. It's like cookie. Alright, yeah, no harm, no foul in starting. Okay. It's not like anyone's gonna watch this anyways. Oh, do I have to pack trick these? I think I do. I'm gonna have to pack trick them. One, two, oh, okay. 3, 4 to the back? I think that's right. Because we have time, we're gonna just do all of them. Strength of the Harvest, an enchantment aura, 2, and a Selesnya. Enchanted creature it gets +1/+1 for each creature and/or enchantment you control. That's actually pretty good. And the other side is Haven of the Harvest. Nice. Golden Tail Trainer. 1 white, 1 green, white. Ores and equipment spells you cast cost X less to cast, where X is Golden Tail Trainer's power. When Golden Tail Trainer attacks, other modified creatures you control get +X until end of turn. X is Golden Tail Trainer's power. Interesting. Oh, sick, an Amp Raptor. This card was like really prominent and standard for a bit. When I think I don't remember. I don't remember what the deck was called, but it was like energy counters, which makes 2 of them. 2 mana. Oh, nice. Seething Landscape. Sacrifice it. Yeah. Jolted Awake. Choose up to 1 target artifact or creature you turn in your graveyard. You get 2 energy. And then you may pay an amount of energy equal to that card's mana value. If you do, return it from your graveyard to the battlefield. Cycle for 2. Malevolent Rumble. 1 and a green. Especially reveal the top 4 cards of your library. You may put a permanent card from among them into your hand. Put the rest into your graveyard. Create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sacrifice creature added colorless. There's a colorless pit. It's not add 1 generic, which is pretty helpful actually if you're playing Eldrazi or something. Right. Faithful Watchdog. Green, white, vigilance. Faithful Watchdog enters the battlefield with a 3 +1/+1 counter on it. There's been a lot of green, white in here. Okay, speaking of, I guess that kind of, yeah. Utter Insignificance. Flash, enchant creature, loses all abilities and has base power and toughness 1/1. Exile enchanted creature for 2 and a colorless spell. Gravedigg, choose one. Target player creates a 2/2 black zombie creature token, and return target card from your graveyard to your hand. You can entwine it for 2. I think is Tooth and Nail in this set? If it is, that'd be a good hit. Infernal Captor, exploit, and when it exploits a creature, gain control of target artifact or creature until end of turn. Untap that permanent, it gains haste until end of turn. Alright. Arena of Glory. Enters the battlefield, tap unless you control mountain, tap out a red, exert Arena of Glory, add 2 red if this mana is spent on a creature spell, it gains haste until end of turn. That's pretty good. I'll keep the rares there and let's value them up at the end. Stomp. Wow, what a great name. Sorcery, target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. And Burn Willow Cleaning. Burn Willow Cleaning enters the battlefield tapped and adds a red or green. Cool. You may reveal this card. Devourer of Destiny. You may reveal this card from your opening hand. If you do, at the beginning of your first upkeep, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may put one of those cards back on top of your library, exile the rest. When you cast this spell, exile target permanent that's 1 or more colors. And then Priest of Titanium. Cool, double rare. That's cool. Yes. I think I packed tricked right. What did I do? 4 from the front to the back? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Wirewood Symbiote. Return an elf you control to its owner's hand. Untap target creature. Activate only once each turn. Interesting. I bet with Mass Hysteria there could be a way that this goes infinite. Because I don't know. Vexing Bauble. When a player casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. In 1 mana, tap, sacrifice Vexing Bauble, draw a card. That's actually not bad. Static Prison. When it enters the battlefield, exile target non-land permanent your opponent controls until Static Prison leaves the battlefield. You get 2 energy counters. At the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, sacrifice Static Prison unless you pay an energy. Wow. 2 turns. It's almost like there's definitely not better ones for that. Not a great card. Lion Umbra. Oh my gosh, they reprinted this card in this set. I love the Umbras. They're really good. Totem Armor is an amazing ability, and it's really busted. Enchant Modified Creature. Enchanted creature gets +3/+3 and has Vigilance and Breach. Umbra Armor. Oh, that's what it's called? Okay, interesting. Nightshade Dryad. Death Touch. Tap to add a colorless. Tap to add a land of any color. Cyclops Superconductor. Prowess. When it enters, you get 3 energy. When it dies, you may pay 3. If you do, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. Expel the Unworthy. Kick it for 2 and a white. Choose target creature with mana value 3 or less. If the spell was kicked, instead choose target creature. Exile the chosen creature, then its controller gains life equal to its mana value. This is literally just Path to Exile, but worse. Path to Exile is the kicked version, except you don't have to pay 3 generic and 2 white. It's just 1 white. Yeah. Colossal Dread Mask, Living Weapon, and equipped creature gets 6/6. And has Trample and equip 5. Okay. Kami of Jealous Thirst. Death Touch. Each opponent loses 2 life and you gain 2 life. This ability costs 4 and a black less to activate. If you draw 3 or more cards this turn, activate only once each turn. Smelted Charge Bug. Menace. When it enters the battlefield, make 2 energy. When it attacks, you pay an energy. If you do, another target attacking creature gets +1/+1 with Menace until end of turn. That can be a threat. Maybe. Demon Inferior. This spell costs 1 less to cast for each card you've drawn this turn. The owner of target non-land permanent puts it into their library second from the top or on the bottom. Ooh, an Infinite token. Nice. Aw, dang, we didn't luck out on our land. Wow, this pack is pretty dud. It's pretty dudded, I'm not gonna lie. Bountiful Landscape and Thief of Existence. Devoid. When you cast the spell, exile up to 1 target non-creature, non-land permanent an opponent controls with mana value 4 or less. If you do, Thief of Existence gains when this creature leaves the battlefield, target opponent draws a card. Wow, that was a pretty dudded pack. 1 rare. That's sad. It's not even a mythic. I'm gonna get one good thing in the rare or mythic slot. I want it to at least be a mythic if I'm getting 1 rare slot. Okay, Waterlogged Teaching. Search your library for an instant card or a card with flash, reveal it, put it into your hand and shuffle, and the archive, yeah. Triton Wavebreaker. 1 blue, or bestow it. As long as Triton Wavebreaker is a creature, it has prowess. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1 and has prowess. Wow. It's about as mid as a card can get. Twisted Riddle Keeper, 5, colorless, and a blue. When you cast the spell, tap up to 2 target permanents, put a stun counter on each of them. And it's got flying. Scurry of Gremlins. When Scurry of Gremlins enters the battlefield, create 2/1 red gremlin creature tokens. Then you get an amount of energy equal to the number of creatures you control. Pay 4 energy, creatures you control get +1/+0 and gain haste until end of turn. I like this card. Wing It. White and a colorless. Target creature gets +2/+2 until end of turn. Put a flying counter on it. Scry 1. Writhing Chrysalis. Devoid, and when you cast a spell, create 2/0/1 Eldrazi spawns. Reach, whenever you sacrifice another Eldrazi, put a 1/1 counter on Writhing Chrysalis. Gift of the Viper, put a 1/1 counter, a reach counter, and a death touch counter on target creature, untap it. Great card. Twisted Landscape. Yep. Aether Spike. Choose target spell. You get 2 energy. Then you may pay an amount of energy. Counter that spell and the controller pays 1 for each energy paid this way. This is a pretty good counter spell if you have energy, and if they're tapped out, it still works pretty well anyways. So, yeah. It's alright. Fetid Grand. Oh, I'm not even going to try and read that. 3 adapt 2. Whenever 1 or more 1/1 counters are put on it, you may draw 2 cards. If you do, lose 2 life. Thriving Skyclaw. When Thriving Skyclaw enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy. When it attacks, you may pay 3 energy. If you do, put a 1/1 counter on it. Oh, sick, a bird token. What's the double side? Not double-sided. There's a QR code if you can scan it. I don't think you can, though. Cool bird, though. Frogmire Enforcer. That doesn't look like a frog to me. 7 mana 4/4 with affinity for artifacts. What a great spell. White Orchid Phantom, 2 white. Flying first strike when White Orchid Phantom enters the battlefield, destroy up to one target non-basic land. Its controller may search their library for a basic land card, put it onto the battlefield, tapped, and shuffle. One mana fix someone, possibly. And deep analysis. Wow. We've had 1 or 2 good hits. Devourer of Destiny, I think, is good. I don't know how much it's worth, but I think Arena of Glory is worth a good amount. Alright, so we're on pack 3. Nope, we're on pack 4. Two, 3, 4. Metroic Mace, when it enters, a creature gets 4/0 and has trample equipped for Cascade. Very interesting. Dreadmobile, 3/3 menace, sacrifice an artifact or creature, put one counter on Dreadmobile, through 1. Trickster's Elk, bestow for 2, 1 in the green. Enchanted creature loses all abilities, and it's a green elk creature with base power and toughness 3/3. Oak. Solar Transformer. When Solar Transformer enters the battlefield, tapped. When Solar Transformer enters the battlefield, you get 3 energy. Add a colorless. Tap it, add a colorless, or tap, pay an energy at 1 mana of any color. Seething Landscape. Mandibular Kite. Living weapon. A quick creature gets +1/+1 and has flying. And equip cost 4. Evolution Witness. Adapts to whenever one or more woman counters are put on Evolution Witness, return target permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Helix Slith. No, Hex Gold Slith. Okay, my goodness. When Hex Gold Slith enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy. When Hex Gold Slith attacks, you may pay 2 energy. If you do, it gains first strike until end of turn. When Hex Gold Slith enters oh my gosh. Deals combat damage to a player for one counter on. Electroza. Flash flying when it enters, you get 2 energy at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase. Tap will. Okay. Yeah, no, that's 20 bucks. Refurbished Familiar. Affinity for artifacts. Flying when Refurbished Familiar enters the battlefield, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you draw a card. Inventor's Axe. That does. Oh no, it's kind of an axe. The arts in this set are kind of funny. A red, flash, and Inventor's Axe enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy, and when Inventor's Axe enters the battlefield, attach to a creature you control. And equipped creature gets +2/+0, equip, pay 2 energy. Okay. Let's see what our art card is. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. I forgot he's in this set. I forgot I can pull Nadu. I can open a Nadu. Wouldn't that be hilarious? I'd love to open a Nadu in these packs. That'd be funny. That'd be so funny. Okay. Oh, our land is spoiled. Wow. Look, not very much Pringle. Just a little. Bridgeworks Battle. On target creature you control, you get +2/+2 until end of turn. Like target creature you don't control. And the other side is enters the battlefield. You may pay 3 life. If you don't, it enters the battlefield tapped. And okay, alright. Pearl Ear Imperial Advisor is a white and 2 white and a colorless lifelink enchant spells you cast have affinity for auras. Whenever you cast an aura spell that targets a modified permanent you control, draw a card. Very specific and very interesting. Oh yeah, let's see if this gives good luck. Oh my gosh, we're gonna open an audio in this pack. I mean, I'd love to. It's not gonna happen, but I'd love to open an audio. I mean, it's illegal now, but still a cool card. I mean, what the heck? Oh, there's a slit. Still a cool card. I think I'm sure my playgroup wouldn't mind if I played a deck with Nadu in it, or Helm by Nadu. I'm sure they wouldn't mind. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry, I can't like put it right here, because then if there's a double-sided card, it ruins the surprise. So I just put it under the table average. Tune the narrative. 1 blue, draw a card, make 2 energy. Not bad. Oh, that's a rare. Okay. Witch Enchanter. When Witch Enchanter, which one? That was not funny. When Witch Enchanter enters the battlefield, destroy target artifact or enchantment an opponent controls. And the other side is a land. Proud Pack Rhino. Wow. When Proud Pack enters in the battlefield, choose 1. Put a shield counter on target permanent. Or proliferate. Cursed Wombat. Adapt to permanents you control have whenever 1 or more 1 counters are put on this permanent, put an additional 1/1 counter on it. This ability triggers only once each turn. My god, Sneaky Snacker. Oh, bro, this deck was meta in Standard for a while. Flying, when you draw your 3rd card in a turn, return Sneaky Snacker from your graveyard to the battlefield. Tapped. Hexbolt Slith. Contaminated Landscape. Molten Gatekeeper. When another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Molten Gatekeeper deals 1 damage to each opponent. Huh. Sorry, I'm just thinking about something with this card. I'm going to set this off to the side. I have a good use for that card. Unfathomable Truths, Devoid, draw 3 cards, create 0/1 Eldrazi spawn. Drow's Claw, living weapon, a crypt creature gets +1/+1, and whenever a crypt creature attacks, each opponent loses 1 life. Glimpse the Impossible. Oh, not one of these ones. Look at how much text. I hate these ones, bro. Okay, here we go. Exile the top 3 cards of your library. You may play those cards this turn. At the beginning of your next end step, if any of those cards remain exiled, put them into your graveyard. Then create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token for each of the cards put into your graveyard this way. Wow. Okay. What's our token? What's our art card? Ooh, that's a beautiful art card. That's like a good art for like a doubling season. Hear me out. Doubling season art for a secret lair. Perilous Landscape. Oh, let's go. This card is really good. Necromance. Skip your draw step. At the beginning of your end step, you may pay any amount of life. If you do, draw that many cards. Your maximum hand size is 5. If a card or token would be put into your graveyard from anywhere, exile it instead. Okay. Here's why this card is good. Is it combos really well with a card that I sold a while ago. That I'm still kind of debating with myself whether that was a good idea. But I do think that Necromance is a pretty funny enchantment. It, yeah, it's interesting. Cool hit though. And then Distinguished Conjurer. Okay. You know, I always forget about that third line of text. Your maximum hand size is 5. I mean, yeah, no thanks. 2, 3, 4. I'm just gonna start pack tricking on there. I don't care anymore. 5. Double rare pack. That's cool. Shrieking Drake. When Shrieking Drake enters, it's got flying. When it enters the battlefield, return to a creature you control to its owner's hand. Mogmob. 3 red. Sacrifice Mogmob. It deals 3 damage divided as you choose among 1, 2, or 3 targets. Propagator Drone. These words are getting at. Okay. Creature tokens you control have evolved. And then create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token and sacrifice this creature. Add a colorless. Muster the Departed. When Muster the Departed enters the battlefield, create a 1/1 white spirit creature token with flying. Morbid. At the beginning of your end step, creature died this turn. Populate. Create a token that's a copy of the creature token you control. Conduit Goblin. When it enters the battlefield, you get 2 energy. And at the beginning of combat on your turn, you may pay an energy. If you do, another target creature you control is +1/+0 and gains haste until end of turn. Throbbing Charm. Choose one. Throbbing Charm deals damage equal to twice the number of creatures you control to target creature. That's pretty good. And destroy target enchantment or exile any number of target players' graveyards. Oh, Nyxborn. Nice. X and a green. Bestow X and 2 green. Reach, trample. Nyxborn Hydra enters the battlefield with person encounters on it, and enchanted creature gets +1/+1 for each +1/+1 counter on Nyxborn Hydra, and has reach and trample. Fanged Flames, devoid. When Fanged Flames deals 4 damage to target creature or planeswalker. That creature or planeswalker will die this turn. Exile it instead. Add a colorless. Spend this mana only to cast a colorless spell or to activate an ability. This guy again. Ooh, an angel token. Oh. Swamp. Sheltering Landscape. Oh, cool. Flare of Duplication. You may sacrifice a non-token red creature spell rather than pay this card's mana cost. Copy target instant or sorcery spell. You may choose new targets for the copy. You know, I'm still deciding. Oh, man. Whether I should put Flare of Duplication on my Spellslinger deck. Because I can copy Flare of Duplication and then target a copy to make a copy of it. So it's infinite Magecraft for like Stormkill Artist. I don't know if that's a good idea. I'll think about it. And then Winter Moon. Players can't untap more than 1 non-basic land during their untap step. Oh, dang it. I thought it was one of the other ones, like, Winter Orb. Oh my gosh, that card is disgusting. Dude, I think we should ban Winter Orb. Okay. One, two, three, four. Last it was five. Yeah. Okay, Legion of Leadership. Until end of turn, double target creature's power. It gains first strike. Yep. Okay. Oh, let's go! My first Annihilator card. Ah, we love Annihilator. Okay, Eldrazi Ravager, 5 and a colorless pit. Annihilator 1, sacrifice 2 Eldrazi, return Eldrazi Ravager from your graveyard to your hand. Oh, that's disgusting. Oh my gosh. Propagator Drone, Furnace Hellkite, affinity for artifacts, flying when Furnace Hellkite is plus 1% time. Okay, cool. Eldrazi Repurposer, devoid when you cast the spell and when Eldrazi Repurposer dies, create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn. Shattered Landscape, Eerie Auxiliary, flying, and when it enters the battlefield, support 2. Aether Spike, First Familiar, Void Pouncer, Devoid, Kicker, 2 and a colorless. If Void Pouncer was kicked, it enters the battlefield with 2 +1/+1 counters on it and a trample counter on it with haste. Petrifying Meddler, 4 and a blue, devoid when you cast a spell, tap up to 1 target creature and put a stun counter on it. Reach. Oh, another Eldrazi spawn token. Sweet. What? Fled Gling. Right. Okay, cool enough. Alright, Flying Threshold, as long as no more cards are in the graveyard, Flying Dragon is +3/+3, as red, and then it gets +1/+1 turn. Wow, that's very interesting. Echoes of Eternity. If a triggered ability of a colorless spell you control or another colorless permanent you control triggers, that ability triggers an additional time. When you cast a colorless spell, copy it. You may choose new targets for the copy. That's pretty good. It makes Annihilator trigger twice. That's disgusting. Double Annihilator goes crazy. And then Esther's Invocation. If you may have Esther's Invocation enter the battlefield as a copy of an enchantment you control, except it has at the beginning of your upkeep. You may exile this enchantment. If you do, return it to the battlefield under your opponent's control. That's actually a pretty good enchantment. Alright. Pack 8. We're getting close. I only got 11. Nope, wrong way. 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it a 5er? Nope. Okay. X and a red. Meltdown. Destroy each artifact with end value X or less. Oh, wait, hold on. That's really good, actually, against one of my friends. That card's coming in. Strength of the Harvest. First card of the day, actually. Oh, the Hunger Tides. 1, 2, and 3. Create a 1/1 black and green insect creature token. And 4. Sacrifice any number of creatures. Search your library and or graveyard for creature card with mana value less than or equal to the number of creatures sacrificed this way. Put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle. Oh, nice territory color. Territory Killer. Devoid, reach, landfall. Whenever land enters the battlefield under your control, look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, you may reveal it, put that card into your hand. If you don't, put the card into your hand. If you don't put the card in your hand, you may put it into your graveyard. Okay. Oh, got tripped up for a second on that. Sneaky Snacker, Raven Charm, Sheltering Landscape, Breathe Your Last. Destroy target creature or planeswalker. You gain 1 life for each of its colors. Glimpse the Impossible, Corrupted Shapeshifter. Devoid, when it enters the battlefield, it becomes your choice of a 3/3 creature with flying, a 2/5 creature with vigilance, or a 0/12 with defender. Territory Color is our art card. That's cool. An island. Titan's Vanguard. When you cast a spell, and whenever Titan's Vanguard attacks, put a 1/1 counter on each colorless creature you control. And Trample. That's pretty strong. 5 and a 5/5 with that ability. Pretty cool. Okay, Shifting Woodland. When it enters the battlefield tapped, unless you control a forest. That's our rare is a land. Oh, okay. Shifting Woodland enters the becomes a copy of target permanent card in your graveyard until end of turn. Only if there are 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard. Pack 9. One, 2, 3, 4. But, oh my gosh. Okay. This guy. Whenever another non-token creature you control enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. That's actually pretty strong. I think I know someone who'd want this. Keep it off to the side. Ooh, if that heralds the end. Colorless spells you cast with mana value 7 or greater cost 1 less to cast. Other colorless creatures you control get +1/+1. Pretty good. An Eldrazi Anthem. And an Eldrazi Cost Reducer. It's like Ramp, but with that. Yeah. Copy click. Well, you may have it enter the battlefield as a copy of any target creature on the battlefield, except it has whenever this creature attacks, it connives. My goodness, bro. Retreating Bolt. Replicate. Pay 3 energy. Retreating Bolt deals 3 damage to target creature or planeswalker. Horrific Assault. Target creature you control deals damage equal to its power to target creature or planeswalker you don't control. If you control an Eldrazi, you gain 3 life. Contaminated Landscape. Dog Umbra. Flash enchanted creature. As long as another player controls enchanted creature, it can't attack or block. Otherwise, Dog Umbra has Umbra armor. Foul Strike. Destroy target creature with flying. And Reinforce 2. Discard this card for 2 encounters on target creature. Okay. Retroift Transmogrant. Okay. Return blah 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 from your graveyard to the battlefield. Tap with 2 home encounters on it. Nice. Drownyard Lurker. Vigilance. When you cast or cycle Drownyard Lurker, create a 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature token with sacrifice this creature at a colorless. Soka Ember Mage. Wow. I didn't think that'd be one word, but that's okay. 6 mana for a Goblin Wizard. When it enters the battlefield, it deals 4 damage to any target. When another card named Soka Ember sacrifice Oh, discard another card named this one. Sacrifice 2 mountains. It deals 4 damage to any target. So chuck this and sack 2 mountains, and it does the exact same thing as casting it. What a great card. Ooh, I wonder if we'll get a card that'll make this token. That'd be pretty cool, because it can, if you have, as long as you have a creature with power 4 or greater, it taps for 4 green. You're gonna have a creature with power 4 or greater. That's pretty good, and it taps for 1 green anyways. Dang it. Temperamental Oozewag. Adapt to modified creatures you own or trample. Archway of Innovation. When it enters the battlefield, tap it unless you control an island. Tap it, and the next spell you cast this turn has Improvise. Sick. And another Priest of Titan. Nothing that creates Fanatic of Ronus. Darn it. That's too bad. I was really hoping to make a Fanatic of Ronus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Razorgrass Ambush. When it deals 3 damage to target attacking or blocking creature. Collective Resistance. Escalate Green. Choose one or more. Destroy target artifact, destroy target enchantment, destroy target... No. Target creature gains hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Consuming Corruption. Consuming Corruption deals X damage to target creature or planeswalker, and you gain X life, where X is the number of swamps you control. Cranial Ram. Living Weapon. When it enters, the creature gets plus X plus 1, where X is the number of artifacts you control. Nyxborn Unicorn. Bestow for 4. Mentor. A chant creature has +2/+2 and Mentor. Basking Brood-Scale. Devoid. Adapt 1. Eldrazi Wizard. When 1 or more +1/+1 counters are put on Basking Brood-Scale, you may create a 0/1 Eldrazi spawn. Not bad. Faithful Watchdog. Dude, I was just thinking about how many cards in green-white were in the first pack. That's kind of crazy. Petrifying Meddler again. Wither and Bloom. Enchanted creature gets -3/-. No, target creature gets -3/-3 until end of turn. Exile Wither and Bloom from your graveyard. Put a 1/1 counter on target creature you control. Activate only as a sorcery. Fanged Flames. Our art card is... Oh, this person. This person's actually pretty good. It'd be cool if we got that person as well. 48 out of 54. 11 out of 54. That's naughty. 14. 39. And 30. Cool. A mountain. Escort Marauder. When it enters the battlefield, each player sacrifices a non-token creature. Oh, sick. A Kozilek's command. Choose 2. Target player creates X 0/1 colorless Eldrazi spawn creature tokens. Target player scries X, then draws a card. Exile target creature with mana value X or less. Or exile up to X target cards from your graveyard. So you get to choose 2. Pretty cool. And an Emerald Medallion. Alright, shaka. Last pack Magic. Give me a legendary Eldrazi. Pretty please. With a couple cherries on top. And a loaf of bread. Because why not? Also, because if we don't get a legendary Eldrazi, then I think we got 1 mythic if that happens, and that's sad. Ral and the Impotent Maze. Ral and the Impotent Maze deals 2 damage to each creature and planeswalker your opponents control. You may discard a card. If you do, exile the top 2 cards of your library. You may play them until end of till the end of your next turn. Create a Spellgorger weird token. It's a 3 mana 2/2 weird creature with whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a 1/1 counter on it. Interesting token. Golden Tail Trainer, Skittering Pursuer, Devoid Menace. When you sacrifice a non-token permanent, create a colorless. He'll draw three. Okay, sorry. If you sacrifice a token permanent, that'd be really good. Snapping Voidcraw. Void, tap, add 2 colorless, or 3 in a colorless, tap it, draw a card. Sloss Dice Zealot. So when it enters battlefield, you get 2 energy, and pay an energy tap target creature. Malevolent Rumble. This guy again. Inventor's Axe. Sage of the Unknowable. Tap, add a colorless, spend this mana only to cast a colorless spell or activate an ability. Oh, sick, another one of these. Foil Wither and Bloom. Ooh, Kudo Kingdom on Bears. Bear Force 2. Any takers? I'll think about it. It'll probably cost a lot because bears are expensive. Other creatures have big powers, tokens, choo-choo, and are bears in addition to their other types. Oh, good God. Other creatures, not other creatures you control. This makes everything a 2/2. Everything. That's funny. Dang, okay. Junk Diver, Disciple of when it enters the battlefield and you sacrifice another creature, if you do, you gain X life and draw X cards, where X is that creature's power. And it makes Garthler Frost shots. Okay. Wow. This was pretty deflating. Kudo Kingdom on Bears. Not bad. That'd be funny. Funny card. Emerald Medallion. Good card. Causal X Command. It's actually worth a good amount. Archway of Innovation. I don't know how much that card costs, but it's cool. Shifting Woodland. Astro's Invocation. Echoes of Eternity. Winter Moon. Flare of Duplication. Necro Dominance. Pearl Ear Advisor. White Orchid Phantom. Thief of Existence. Devourer of Destiny. And Arena of Glory. We got how many mythics? One mythic out of 11 packs. What an amazing pull rate. Cheese and crackers. That's bad. That's not good. And then here's the brick of non-rares. Yeah. Cool. Alright. Tokens. 2 Infinity tokens, that's nice. Wouldn't it be nice if we could make one of those? It's a pretty cool token. And we didn't get the Nadu. It's alright. Alright, the end of the stream. Alright, yeah.